Hello everyone, and happy Halloween. Now, honestly, for this Halloween, I actually had a video planned that wasn't this, which was Tetra Terror episode 7, but unfortunately, I haven't had time to work on it, so, I haven't had time to work on, any other spooky videos. So, yeah, I'm gonna be doing something a bit different that's, not as good, but, I decided to do something that I wish another YouTuber would have done, and that's, one of my favorite YouTubers is Yuri of Wind. He is, one of the inspirations for me, and what this voice right here I do for Tetra Terror is based off of his voice. Sorry about that car driving by, but, I really love his channel. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. He inspired me so much. I still watch his videos all the time, but one of the things that, my favorite segments of his is, bullshit creepypasta story time. But the thing about that is that, he mostly does, well, almost entirely does video game related creepypastas. He's done like one or two, but that aren't. But, problem with that is most video game creepypastas are not very good. And, not very interesting after a certain point, because they all have the same cliches. It's just, after you see a couple, you've seen all of them. But there are a lot of creepypastas, and, attempts at making creepypastas that, deserve his kind of critique that he does, that aren't video game related. And, I wish he'd go over some creepypastas that aren't video game related, that he can just randomly find out are bad. And, so, I'm going to be taking up his mantle today, and I'm going to be looking at some, creepypastas on r/nosleep that I just found, but aren't very good. I'm gonna be an annoying, well, maybe not annoying, but I'm gonna be a sarcastic bastard like he is. I'm gonna be following in his footsteps, but I'm gonna try to keep it a bit different, because I don't want to be ripping off his style. So, yeah. And this is a story that was published like 9 hours ago at the time I'm reading this. It's called There's Something Evil at Work behind a door if it doesn't open. Anyway, let's check it out. I started at a local restaurant a few months back and just took up cleaning after clothes for a little extra money. A few days into my new duties, I noticed a door behind one of the refrigerators. I did not think anything of it at the time, as this was an old house, built around the late 1800s, that was remodeled to be a mom-and-pop restaurant. Now, when I first started, a few of the other employees told me a few stories, how chairs would slide out by themselves, or faucets would turn on out of the blue. Sounds like your coworkers are just trying to scare you and be jerks, but, that's just me. Nothing out of the ordinary ever happened, until about a month in. It's kind of weird it only happened after a month in. After taking the closing duty over. Okay, that actually kind of makes sense. Why do ghosts only come out at night is a good question. And why ghosts just, move chairs around and stuff? What's the point? Do we just want to scare people? Seriously. Ghosts are just, their behavior is so weird. I don't believe in ghosts, though. My phone battery was low before work one day, so I left it at home. Alright, so that explains why you didn't take any pictures? Good excuse right there. I took it to listen to music while I swept, mopped, and cleaned. Wait, I thought you said you left that at home. You contradict. Oh, you don't. Okay, okay, you're saying you take it to work to listen. Okay, I misunderstood you. As I moved from room to room sweeping, I kept hearing the slight sound of a chair sliding an inch or so across the floor. However, every time I stopped to listen to it, it stopped too. I was just hearing things, I thought. I shrugged it off and continued my routine. You are going to die, man. You are a moron. Well, I don't know. Okay, not quite yet, but, this is the first time he thinks he sees something supernatural, but he's like, he's not scared at all. He just shrugs it off. I mean, okay, to be fair, that is kind of, I take that back. At this point in the story, you're not a moron yet. You're a normal person, but you'll see what I mean later. That is until I came to Smoking 2, which was the room that located to where the tucked away door was located. But, let me reread that. That is until I came to Smoking 2, which was the room that connected to where the tucked away door was located. When I entered the room, I noticed that one of the chairs was slightly pulled out. I thought it was odd, but I really didn't think anything of it at the time. Okay, now you know, you're starting to get a bit of a more, like, if you saw, like, the blood on the floor, you think that it was odd, but you didn't really think of anything of it at the time. I continued my nightly routine on the opposite side of the room where the chair was. Would have to put it back anyway, so why push it in, I thought. On this side of the room, there's an old set of wooden framed glass doors. I had my head down at the minding my work. Oh, that sentence did not make any sense. When I suddenly felt like I was being watched from the other side of the doors. You probably are. It's probably, you know, it doesn't have to be supernatural. There could be a homeless person there. And I kind of doubt, you know, it's nighttime. There could be a lot of other explanations. My eyes darted upward and trained on them. There was nothing there. Okay, then there's nothing there. I chuckled and turned around, walking towards the other side of Smoking 2, when the chair that had been pulled out from the table tipped over, startling me a bit. What the fuck was that? I whispered as I took a medium step backwards. I stood there for a moment and scanned the room, trying to think of a logical reason for the chair but just to fall over. Well, I mean, you know, I'm kind of playing devil's advocate here because, you know, I'm on one side, I'm basically, oh, there's nothing natural. On the other side, I'm like, get the heck out of there. And you're a moron for not noticing there's a ghost there, but, you know. I shrugged it off. Really, it's like you're like Tom from Sonic.exe, like where he sees all the blood, water, and stuff. It's a glitch. I shrugged it off after a minute of being dumbfounded and picked it up, scooting it slightly in. I walked past it into the waitress station, where the hidden door was, to grab the dustpan. See, the door isn't too visible unless you're looking directly at it. How does that even work? Like, what, like, is it like, I don't know. I mean, there is a refrigerator right, that explains it. I mean, there is a refrigerator right in front of it, and I am hardly ever over there except to put the dishes away, so it doesn't exactly stick out like a sore thumb. When I passed the fridge, I heard what sounded like a doorknob jiggling. Oh man, you're really screwed now. I mean, you get the heck out of there. I mean, you kind of need your job though, but I stopped and froze for a moment, looking to the direction it came from, which wasn't the front or the back door. It was directly to my left. A cold chill ran down my spine as I gulped, as this door led to literally nowhere. How? Is it like a wall behind it? And why is the door still there? There's just the wall on the other side. Okay, I was right. I craned my head in its direction and pointed my eyes to the doorknob. Nothing. I was just imagining shit, and thought that my mind was playing tricks on me after all. I chuckled and began taking a step into Smoking 2. Oh, you are a moron. Like, at this point, this right here is the point at where, you know, supernatural, like, how much stuff has happened. The chair moved, you know, you thought the door was jiggling, something fell down, like, 3 strikes, yeah, 3 strikes, and it's time to get the heck out of there. Anyway, he was gonna take a step back into Smoking 2 when the doorknob rattled again. My head turned as fast as it could, and I saw it. The old doorknob was moving by itself. The color left my skin, and I dropped the broom and dustpan as it turned completely, the door slowly opening inward. This wasn't possible, I thought. The door couldn't have moved more than an inch that direction with the wall being pressed against it, but there it was. Or maybe you're wrong. This is pretty supernatural. Opening in its entirety, revealing a blanket of darkness within its depths. Then the bellowing voice came. I'll never, ever forget hearing that voice. Ever. I have to stop writing right now because I feel it's getting closer to me. I have to keep moving. Wait, so you're at work right now. You decided is to write this on your phone. Hopefully I'll be able to continue to tell you my tale in the near future, so... Okay, so basically this is like a fan fiction. A word to all creepypasta authors: when you write something, have it in one big thing. you know, have it be at least be a piece of literature and not like try to make it so it's real. Like, I hate all these stories where it ends like, oh, I'm typing this in right now, like I'm about to die, but I have to post this online. I have to tell my story. Yeah, this story is, I'm glad it's kind of short, but it's like, main character isn't too bright. There's only one comment on it right now. It's you should totally look back. You should totally go back to listen to music while you work. Just saying. And it was posted by Ned Mackey. Well, I don't mean to insult your work, Ned Mackey. I mean some pretty bad videos. So I mean it's what. So yeah, I'm kind of sorry, honestly, but you need some work on your stories, kind of like how I need to work on my videos. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, but you know, let's read another gem. I give this story right here, I mean, I give it like a 6 out of 10. I mean, it's not the worst. You know, no weird, super weird stuff. Just, you know, it needs to be a bit longer. You need like a time where you go inside it. The main character needs to stop being so much of a moron. Needs a bit more build up. Just, it's like a rough draft, I guess, like a super rough draft, like a high school paper, so, or story or whatever. And then this next one we are going to look at. Let's see, where was it? Here it is. This was posted by Nutella Novella. I think my roommate is a vampire. That sounds idiotic, right? Well, yeah, it does, because vampires... Well, actually, vampires are real, because I met one when I was in Germany a couple years back. Me and my friends, there's this hot vampire girl. Wanted to date her, but I would have become a slave, so, you know, that relation didn't work out. Anyway, everyone knows vampires aren't real. Yeah, okay, I believe you now, but hear me out, okay, I will. It started about a year ago. My old roommate decided to move in with his girlfriend without any warning. Okay, so how does that make him a vampire? My name was on the lease too, and I could have just forfeited half of the deposit and found a cheaper place. But that's really hard to do on short notice, especially in the middle of a semester. So I put ads. Oh, okay, so that roommate before isn't okay. So I put out ads everywhere I could think of online and around campus for a new roommate, not really expecting much. To my initial delight, I got a nibble within a week. She was a quiet grad student who just had some sort of falling out with her own roommate and needed a place to land. Perfect, or so I thought. She moved in and covered her half of the expenses when bills came due at the start of the next month. It looked like I managed to dodge a bullet, and maybe in my relief of not being evicted, I ignored a few signs that I should have picked up on. Okay, what are these signs? You see, I almost never saw my roommate. Really? Really? This is a sign? Really? You never see them? She stayed locked up in her room most... Oh, come on. Okay, you know, screw you, Offer. You hate introverts. I mean, the last thing I want to do is socialize with people after a hard day of class, or work, or whatever. The world doesn't revolve around you. No one should come out and basically hang out with you all day. You know, you're so self-centric. Anyway, She never came out of her room, though occasionally I bumped into her watching something on her shared TV late at night. Well, night owls exist, man, or gal, or what, I don't know, never said their gender, I'm gonna assume. I mean, your roommate at the beginning, it could be either or, actually, so. Yeah, her expectations were reasonable. Night shift work as a medical intern, sleep schedules, all that seemed legit, and really, so, yeah, that all seems legit. What you probably see is someone who is exhausted with everything in life, and they don't want to talk to you because they're so tired. They just want to stay in their room when they can, and, you know, She was really weird about mirrors, though. Oh, am I a vampire? I hate looking at myself in the mirror. Like, my hair is always uncapped. I look like Goku, or like, I don't know, like Ash Ketchum, or, you know, like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon character all the time with my hair. Sometimes it actually kind of looks cool, but most of the time it looks terrible. I hate looking at myself in the mirror, especially when I was younger. I had all this acne, so, you know, not everyone has a perfect image, man, and even people who look half good, they don't want to look at themselves in the mirror. So, you know, she doesn't have a single one in her room, which is odd for a girl. You sexist, man? You misogynistic? Because, you know, not every girl has a mirror in her room. You jerk. No wonder she doesn't want to spend much time with you. Nor does she ever keep any food in the fridge. What's that have to do with anything? I mean, she could, like, you know, get all her food when she goes out, or, like, keep snacks in her room. What's that have to do with anything? She doesn't have any cookware. Again, pretty reasonable explanation. She never has friends over. Well, she could just not have any friends. All these things I could write off somehow, as you should, if it weren't for the dreams. I don't like where this is going. I also kind of like where this is going. Let's hear this person's dreams. You see, I keep having this recurring dream about once or twice a month. It's not very often. Like, how long have you been roommates? Like a year? I don't know. I wake up with her perched on the corner of my bed. Wow, what a dream. In these dreams, the room is utterly black. I sleep with blackout curtains drawn because of an obnoxiously bright street lamp outside my window. Are you a vampire, man? How are you judging her? I'm judging you as a vampire. But somehow I know she's there. Can you smell her or something? I mean, if she's perching on your bed, she might want something else, man. She's not a vampire. She's not gonna suck your blood. She might want to suck something else. Just saying. I never say anything to her. She just slivers under the covers with me, and her body is. That's not that funny. I did not. Okay, I thought this story was gonna. Oh, I wasn't gonna be able to continue the story. Okay, yeah, I forgot about that part. Yeah, man, I really don't think she's. Well, these are your dreams. So you're basically having a certain kind of dream about her once or twice a month. And she gets with you under the covers. And her body is, well, I mean, it's a dream. So I guess, you know, it could be pretty, you know, dreams are weird, but I mean, she could like the cold. She could just, you know, you could be warm-blooded compared to her. And she could have been outside a while. I mean, there's logical explanations. She doesn't mean she's a vampire. Then she talks to me in a low voice, speaking words I can never seem to remember in the morning. And she kisses my neck. And a cold feeling explodes from my whole body. I wake up. It doesn't seem like you're not. I know. Have your parents talked to you about stuff, man? Because to me, it doesn't seem like. This doesn't seem supernatural. This seems like you're kind of pent up and you're having some dreams. That's it. I know it's freaky. No, it's not. It's kind of kinky. I really hope my family isn't watching this video right now. If you're watching this video, Faith, please do not tell anyone. Yeah, I'm always a little groggy and lethargic after I have one of those dreams. Thirsty too, like working in the hot sun, sweating like a pig all day. Thirsty. If you have those, you know, intense dreams, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you'll be thirsty. After I finished at work one night, my boss insisted that I needed a doctor's appointment. Hope his doctor's gonna give him the help he needs. Guess what they found? Anemia. I mean, that's not good. There's logical explanations. My family has no history of anemia yet, none. I mean, still. I mean, the doctors can't explain it. They just put me on a regimen of iron supplements and called me good. So she's supposed to be sucking your blood, and that's why you have that stuff. I mean, there's other explanations, you know, like your intense dreams. I mean, you could have so many, but you might have more than you think, and you have it all night, and it might, you know. I'm not a doctor. That's probably not what's happening, but there's other logical explanations. I've asked her to move out, but whenever I talk to her, I always seem to forget the purpose of the conversation and get sidetracked on something she wants to talk about instead. You're such a puss. And then I go to bed, having forgot about the whole thing until the next day. Or, not the next day, until the next time I have one of the dreams. Yeah, I think I might be losing my mind. Either that, or my roommate really is what you think she is. Well, yeah, you're losing your mind, man. You're just... yeah. I want to move out. Well, then move out, man. She deserves better than you. A roommate who thinks she's a vampire and you keep having these creepy dreams about her. I feel sorry for her. She's socially awkward and she has to work all these long hours, and you think of her like this. Just a jerk. I still don't know Offer's genders. I'm just assuming they're male because of these dreams. So, yeah. Where was I? I've even packed my stuff up a few times, only to wake up in the next morning with everything back in its place, wondering if I only dreamed about packing. Yeah, you probably did, man. Or, you know, you decided something else. I mean, maybe you went to sleep and your roommate thought you made a mess and she put it all back because she's a nice roommate. One night, I just got in my car and drove as fast as I could before sleep got the better of me and I had to pull over off the highway. The next morning, I woke up, parked at the curb outside my apartment. I'd write that one off as a weird dream, too, if it weren't for the credit card statement that has me getting gas into town about 3 hours from where I live on the night in question. Or, you know, someone, you know, your bank account got hacked or something. Or, you know, you could have, maybe you're so tired you can't remember driving back, or, you know, you're on drugs or something. There's other logical explanations other than your vampire roommate, like, teleported you back. Like, yeah, I think it's more likely something else happened. Or you're just crazy, which, you know. This could just be credit card fraud, except I know that it isn't. Well, it could be credit card fraud. It could be, you just don't know it. I've tried telling people about what's going on, but no one ever believes me. Yeah, I don't either. It sounds like your roommate is just a normal person, you're just being a jerk. Family, friends, they all think that's some kind of joke or a hallucination on my part. Well, I wouldn't say it's a joke or a hallucination, I just think you're kind of dumb and bit of a jerk and crazy, especially after they meet my roommate. Everyone likes her. I like her too. She seems like a very hardworking, relatable person. I even like her, though I'm scared to death of her. I find myself waking up in the middle of the night lately. Oh man, this insane urge to go out. Oh no, the insane urge to go out and talk to her. Well, then talk to her. I think you know you have some. I think you want to do something and you're just too scared to do it, and, you know, this is... I don't know. Some nights I succeed in resisting, but most I end up getting up and sitting with her until near dawn when she heads to bed. So... well, no... wait, what? So, does this happen in nights you have dreams? I don't get it. It's like if those overlap. I mean, you know, if you okay, yeah, this story is kind of not making much sense now. But is she like mind controlling you into like wanting to spend time with her on there? I mean, you spend all this time with her, and it's not hard to resist these kinds of urges, man. Well, I mean, unless you know you're something else. But, It's gotten to where I can't even force myself to tell people about my fears anymore. Even writing this out on an anonymous forum is hard to do. Okay, I have a little respect for you for writing this out, but I think about including any personality and identifying details, though, I can't make myself do it. My fingers simply refuse to type that information out. I don't think I'd be able to write as much as I have, except that I think my feeble attempts to get away from her amuse her somehow. How do they amuse her somehow? Because I think she'd be if she was a vampire, she'd want you to stay, and you know, you're so self-centric. You think she's feeding off her. She could get blood from other people. You haven't said anything about, you know, blood marks, or not blood marks, but like, you know, bite marks or whatever. How'd she get into blood? Or maybe, oh god, maybe she's not getting blood. Oh god, no. Oh man, this video. I hope no one watches this video. I can't escape her anymore. I need help, but I know no one is going to help me. Yeah, no one should help you, man. Or woman, or whatever. I feel like I should just accept my fate. One of these nights, I'll be the one perched on her bed. Oh, please no. Please no, don't. And then it'll all be over. Oh. So you're gonna imagine if, you know, she's a normal person, and you know, you just have these, you know, these dreams about her, and then she's just, you know, you're creepy. Maybe she thinks you're a creepy roommate, man. You ever think of that? With the way you're just gonna show up one night perched on her bed, she's gonna think you're gonna do something to her, and you know, you could go to jail, man. I know it somehow. I won't want to escape then. I'll be completely hers until I'm dead, or maybe worse. So basically, what I've gotten from the story is Offer is a jerk, kind of stupid, and kind of crazy, and paranoid. He thinks his roommate is a vampire, or her roommate, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. And the roommate has fallen for them, and, you know, it's like, I've kind of accepted that, and, I don't know, thinks they're gonna be a vampire next. So, yeah. I've written the story out 3 times now, and each time I found some reason to delete it rather than posting. I'm not gonna hit discard this time, though. I will not do it. Well, you didn't. If you keep reading this, please try to find some way of helping me. Okay, I have a way. How about you move out? And, you know, your relationship with the nice girl, you know, will be over, and she can get a better roommate than you. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Yeah, I just said how you do it. I can't know. Yes, you can. I just said. If I actually believe that someone could, I don't think I'd be able to write this much. I want to delete it, but I'm gonna hit post before I talk myself out of it again. And that's the end of the story. And both of these stories sucked. Evidence of, well, the first one was like the opposite of where, you know, the Offer was just stupid and see all this supernatural stuff and is just like, or I mean, at first he's like, meh, oh man, I gotta write this all down on my phone. I don't know what's going on. And he had like time to write out like what probably took like 10 minutes to write, you know. And then the second story is just, you know, poor victim of society who, you know, everyone thinks she's a vampire, or not everyone, just her roommate, you know. She's the victim, and I really hope I hope there's another creepypasta that's like the opposite of where, you know, she thinks her roommate's a creep. So, you know, my advice to her is to just move out, leave that loser behind, find a different roommate. There you go. Anyway, I apologize. This video kind of got, took a turn that, is not for families, you know, and, please, I'm sorry, I apologize. I hope my family does not watch this video. And with that, some other videos that will be coming soon is, yeah, my Pokemon Platinum video should be coming out in a few weeks. It's taken a lot longer than I thought, and, I might be doing another video that's basically me maybe beating the Elite Four of one of the Pokemon games as, you know, just, you know, something for the channel. And I might, who knows, maybe I'll even do like a reaction video of the first video I ever made. I don't know. Maybe if you guys want me to read more creepypastas like this, let me know in the comments. I'm not very good at it. You know, I'm a terrible speaker. I keep tripping over my own words, and yeah. I hope I wasn't a total ripoff of Fury of Wind either, because the last thing I want to do is just be a clone of someone else. And yeah, and apologies again to both the authors. I'm sorry if I roasted you too much. Anyway, yeah, and both of those are very recent stories on the No Sleep subreddit, so if you want to check them out, you shouldn't be too hard. I already said the authors before. I might put the links in the description. Anyway, good night, everyone. I don't know why I said it in a creepy voice. It's not very creepy. Good night, everyone. Or that's better.